I wouldn't look at it and go, well, that's Liverpool's long-term centre-forwards option, sorted, but it sort of feels like a fairly sensible placeholder if we're doing a sort of situation where Darwin Núñez is leaving this summer, which I think we can fairly safely say is going to happen. Liverpool, they seem to be in the market for a main number 9. Like, there's obviously Isak rumours, there's Ekatike rumours, there's been, links to Sesko, and it's been something that Liverpool have quite clearly got on the table. But you do sort of wonder if, the length of Isak's contract has basically meant that he's sort of out of play this summer, but they're in a world where they think they can get him next summer.
Or he might agree a release clause. Or he might agree a
release clause, or something might change that makes that likely. So in the meantime, what do you do? Do you basically sign someone that means you under no circumstances can sign Alexander Isak next summer because you've already got the position sorted, which isn't that easy an option, I don't think, because the position is a little bit, it's light on options really, isn't it? You look at Arsenal spending that level of money on Gyökeres, which I think it's a bit of a gamble, and there's a lot of unknowns about him, but that's the way they've gone down because there just aren't that many options. So you look at Mateta and it's a bit like he's Premier League proven, he can do it at this level, and he might come in and be sound for a year. Probably doesn't need to be amazing. You don't need to look at him and go, wow, this is one of the best centre forwards that ever played for Liverpool. But ultimately, he just sort of needs to do a job. When you think about it, centre forwards didn't score that many goals for Liverpool collectively last season. When Diaz played there, he wasn't exactly going at, I don't think he was going at more than 1 in 3, was he? No. For example. So it's not something that you massively have to rely on. But he can come in and he can offer a bit, and he can just be an option for Liverpool. That might be all that you need from the centre forward for next season.
And I think the other argument here as well is a long term sort of situation where if someone does come in the following season, he's then there as a top quality cover option.
If you've got Jean-Philippe Mateta as backup to Alexander Isak, your centre forwards options are in really, really good nick.
You intrigued, excited? Can you see the arguments? It's worth pointing out he is 28, so in a couple of ways it doesn't feel hugely Liverpool. His contract's up in 2027, so he's got 2 years left on his deal coming into this summer. What do you think? Do you think this could be a bit of nonsense, or do you think it could be legit?
I think there could be something in it. I'm intrigued at what kind of price point we'll be talking with 2 years left on his contract and him being so key to Palace and the way they play. He's blossomed late in his career. I always quite like players like this that sort of trundle along and then suddenly burst into life. But
surprised he's 28, me.
Yeah.
Well younger.
It was something like 16 goals the year before last, and then last season 14 goals in the league. But last season he had a slow start because of the Olympics.
And he got kicked in the head very aggressively by a Millwall goalkeeper as well.
Yeah, but I think, he gets nearly approaching 20 goals all competitions. I think he had a pretty prolific Olympics, didn't he, for France? Scores quite
I think
quite
they
a
lost
few
in the
goals.
final, and he had a overage players.
And then maybe a bit of a slow start after that. I mean, there's a moment in the FA Cup final, it's in the build-up to the goal, isn't it, where he brings the ball out of the sky on the halfway line.
Unbelievable, yeah.
Brings it under, turns, lays it off perfectly, then takes a runner with him.
Best goal in an FA Cup final for years, I would say.
No, but there is a lot to like about his game. He's very, very effective.
291 appearances so far in his career. So it's not a mad number. We often do the thing that Liverpool like 170 when the players are around 22, 23. That's often the line. 170 appearances gives them something to work on. He's got 136 appearances for Crystal Palace. They're not all starts because he first and foremost came in, I think, under Hodgson, if I'm right, and it was all very, very miserable. And then suddenly he was, he had the option of working with a proper football manager, and matters improved quite quickly for him.
Takes penalties, doesn't he? Fair few of those goals from the spot.
Yeah, a bit of a stutter from memory.
I think he went off them. I think, did Eze start taking penalties?
I can probably find that out quite quickly if you give us a second.
Didn't he take one against us?
Yes, he did.
He missed it, I think, didn't he? No, he scored. Sorry, he scored. It was the one where Elliott scored last minute.
No, I do think there's a lot to like about his game. I'm intrigued by the thoughts on how it might fit in with Isak, or any potential deal for Isak, and Newcastle's situation in terms of they're back in the Champions League. They really need to cement their Champions League status. That's the most important thing for them to be a team. Back-to-back Champions League qualifications. Then they can spend the money because it all becomes life just becomes so much easier for them with Champions League qualification. And then the links to Ekatike, and how a lot of people seem to take that first as, that's that they're prepared to let Isak go out the door. They won't play two centre forwards. Well, maybe it's a case of he comes in, the two of them play together for a campaign, he becomes acclimatised, and then Isak moves on.
Yeah.
You know, it eases the transition. He's then embedded into the team, and they secure another season of top 4, top 5.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by the profile of him more than anything else, I would say, because I have been wondering what type of, because we all know we want a forward, and everyone says Isak because he's the sexiest of the moment in every way. But he's a bit unique, Isak, in terms of like he plays on the shoulder. He's very quick, one touch out of his feet and finishes. There's not many out there like him. And I think with Wirtz coming in as well, obviously can play in a couple of different roles. That's been mentioned quite a lot, but I think he could probably do the Diaz thing from last season very, very well in terms of that sort of false 90 thing, and bring the likes of Mo Salah and Gakpo, and if there's another body there, into play to score goals. But I think we might want another option, and we might want something that looks a little bit more like a traditional number 9, so to speak. And I think Mateta is that, but not doing him any down. As Neil said, he had a great touch. I think Palace as well don't play a million miles away from how Liverpool would play at times. And it's just intriguing, yeah. I think we probably sign a forward, but it's just what that forward looks like.
I hope you're enjoying this free show at the moment. Loads of excellent, exciting stuff on the Anfield app. If you want to be part of the whole thing, you can download the Anfield app and go from there. Or you can subscribe via the YouTube membership as well for video-only content and other bits and pieces. We love doing these shows. We love that you watch them. So come, be part of the journey with us.